Good morning, all my Rulexers out there. This is Eric, the Rulexer, here with you on a beautiful, bright, but still a little bit cool and windy day, Saturday, 1st of March. We are into March as of right now, today, 2025. And I just got through with eating breakfast at this Waffle House right behind me here, and decided to go out and do a little bit of exploring since my wife and daughter are out of town. And I'm pretty much home by myself because my son is having to work today, just actually right down the road here and from this Waffle House. So I'm pretty much on my own. I'm bachelor today. That's a mouthful to say. But anyway, as I had promised in my last video, I decided to go down to the Cherokee County Canton area and revisit some of the sites, the abandoned sites that I did down there over the past couple, 3 years since I've been doing this channel, and see what these abandoned sites look like now, and just kind of get some perspective on what's been going on with them in the days since I've done the videos on them, my first videos. So anyway, with that said, come along and join me if you will. We're now here at the old abandoned Georgia marble site here in downtown, or as close to downtown as you possibly get of Nelson, if there is a downtown Nelson. Very small burg, situated right in between Ball Ground and Jasper, Georgia, but just up the road from Tate. Most people probably know, from around this area, probably knows where Tate is. Anyway, yeah, I'm right here at the old abandoned site. I thought I'd come over here and check it out since we were heading down south towards Canton. So it's just right across the road, right up over my right shoulder there. So let's go over there and explore it some. So far, it doesn't look like much has changed with it. I was trying to look back at my old video that I had, but I don't have much data service out here, so I couldn't really pull it up on my phone to actually watch the video. But that upper part is what I mostly recorded last time. But anyway, one little thing I thought was neat over here is this old telephone box. It looks like something out of England there. Now, I don't know if they actually use it as a phone. They may use it as a book deposit where people can drop a book off, pick a book up. It looks like it's got books in there, not... Yeah, that's what it is, because it says Little Free Library. So people can drop off a book, pick up a book there. Used to see a lot of those pop up all over the place, especially back in 2020, 2021. Now here's the area that I recorded mostly last time, this building right here. This, well, what's left of it, which there isn't much left of it at all. There's a wall right up there towards the top of the hill that's still left. I think they're actually in the process of still tearing all of this down. I think they're deconstructing all of this. This used to sit right across from, as I said in my first video, across from the office where my wife worked, which was right over here, this empty lot right up there. In fact, there's the steps that went up to it. There's a house, an old house that they converted into a office. It was a drafting office, and what they did, they had 4 or 5 people that sat around and drafted things. She worked in the memorial section of the drafting office and designed memorials for like headstones and things like that out of marble. And then they would take their designs and actually cut them out from marble right across the road from here in that plant over here. And then they had structural marble too, which they did there as well. They had structural marble drafting, where they would design pillars and buildings and mausoleums out of marble. And so it's rather windy out here. That's why the camera is kind of shaky. But anyway, yeah, this was a big, huge building right here. And I think mostly what they did over here was structural marble, and the other marble, the memorial type pieces, were actually cut out at another plant over at Tate. Not this one. I said right across from the office here, but actually it was over at Tate. Because I remember my wife talking about she had to go over to Tate several times to take drawings or explain drawings and stuff like that to them over there. I think this was more structural here that they did, and you can see it's still coming down. They're still taking parts of it down. It seemed like I remember coming through here one time, and I don't know if I took pictures or video of it at all, but the walls were still up, the roof support was still up, but parts of the roof itself was torn down. And then later on, they've been taking all these wall sections down. It looks like they're still working on that. But anyway, I just thought I'd get a quick review of what the building looks like now, because it's been a while. I'm gonna walk on up here to this area and look back through there, because there's a lot of traffic on this road that goes up and down. Sort of an alleyway back here that looks like there's still quite a bit of construction equipment and stuff back there that they use parts of this for. I don't think that they use all of it. As far as part of the plant, there is a new plant that's gone in here, but I don't think they're using much of it at all. I think they just use a lot of this back area as storage and all for equipment and stuff. So many of the places that I have filmed through the years has either been revamped and reopened as pretty much what it was to start with, or been repurposed into some other business. There's a few that's been tore down and other businesses built there, completely rebuilt, new businesses there. This is one of those ones that they didn't repurpose it, they revamped it and reopened it. Now, I'm not sure if that's the same, under the same name that it was. So maybe some of the locals can tell us whether that was the same name, Buddy's Food Mart, but it's a mobile gas station now, reopened, and right across from another one that I used to use, a Shell station, which was a kind of a grocery store, local grocery store here in Ball Ground. But yeah, this is some of the places that I've visited, and it was abandoned at the time that I visited it, and now they've revamped it and reopened it as pretty much a new gas station. I mean, they use the same building and all. Now, right on up the road, up there at the intersection of this old highway 5 here that we're standing at, and right on up the road from here, turns through downtown Ball Ground. There was an old gas station sitting on the corner there. Well, then another gas station bought it, I guess, and tore down the old one, graded it out, brought in fill dirt, and made the lot even bigger. Now they've got a real nice convenience store and gas station there up the road. But yeah, there's several gas stations right along this road through here. We were talking about this the other day when we were coming through Ball Ground, me and my wife and daughter, and we were talking about it, and we counted, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 or 6, probably within a 2-mile stretch right through here. But at least these buildings aren't sitting abandoned anymore. At least they're being used now. Here we are at the old site of the abandoned Hooters in Canton. And this is one of those sites that they completely tore down the old building. And of course it started out, as most people know, it's from around here, started out as Hooters. And it stayed open for several years like that, but then they were competing against Buffalo's right across the street. And Buffalo's was, I think, better well known for their wings and Southwestern menu, and Hooters just didn't go over quite as well here as Buffalo's did. Buffalo's had already been here for several years before they come in and built this Hooters. Anyway, it changed hands and changed names and changed types of restaurant here, but none of them seemed to do very well here. I think part of it was the location being down here in this hole. But anyway, they come in here after the last restaurant had it for a little while. I don't remember what it was. Maybe someone else does and can inform us in the comments below. But anyway, this is Wolfson Eye Institute. They come in here, tore the old building down. I can't remember if they used the old concrete pad or if they tore it up as well and repoured a new one. But yeah, this is what this has been repurposed for now, is an eye institute where they do eye surgeries and stuff here for all kinds of things, probably cataracts and laser surgeries for vision correction. And so this is what's here now. It's quite different from when I filmed it, when it was still a restaurant. It wasn't Hooters. Like I said, it had changed names probably a couple of times when I filmed it. But not long after I filmed it, they started tearing the old building down, the old Hooters building, and this is what went in here. We're now at our next stop on the tour of previously abandoned places around Canton and Cherokee area. And as you probably recognize, this is the old Canton Chick-fil-A that's right across from the Riverstone Plaza Walmart. And this is the old location. Of course, anybody who lives around here knows that they built a new one right there at the corner of Riverstone Parkway and Riverstone Boulevard. It's where the new location is at. And I think the reason they built it was because this one was fairly small and they about outgrew it. And I think they've since added made the store itself bigger, but also added a second drive-through lane to make serving the drive-through guests quicker and more efficient down there, and they just didn't have the room here, I don't think, to actually do that. So anyway, yeah, it's almost a week later. This is Friday of the following week that I'm here filming this. Get this clip of this. Of course, as you see now, they have completely painted the whole building white, and it's a dentist office, a mint dentistry. And this, like I said, this is the old Chick-fil-A here, and wanted to stop and get a clip of it. Actually, I was going to do it online, pull it up on Google Maps and get a picture of it from Google Maps, but the latest one they had was when it was still a Chick-fil-A. So anyway, here's the old Canton Chick-fil-A right across from the Walmart. We are now at the old Canton Shoney's, and probably year and a half ago or so, I done a video on this place, and at the time they were still working on it. It was abandoned. It had been abandoned for quite a while, but they were doing some stuff to it because there was a dumpster out front, and looked like they were doing some work to the building. And I said then that it looked like that might have been putting in a convenience store, which obviously they did. It looks like it, over the door it says to go, and I take that, since it's sort of a sign that's similar to the BP logo, that it's probably like BP to go, because this is obviously a BP gas station here. As you can see, they put in the gas pumps, the awnings and everything down through here, so I guess that's one reason why it took them so long. They probably had to dig up and put in tanks down through here. And so, but yeah, this is the old Canton Shoney's here. Anybody who's lived around here long enough remembers this. I sure do. I've stopped here several times on trips when I was still living in Blue Ridge and on my way to Atlanta, and stopped here for either breakfast, possibly lunch, and even come down here for dinner a few times. It was really good and one of the few places around here to eat. But of course, now that they've got that Riverstone area just north of here open up, they've got all kinds of restaurants there, plus they've got even more out on Highway 20 where they got a new shopping center built. So Shoney's ended up closing down, as a lot of them have closed down. And I think the company is still in business, but barely, barely hanging on. But yep, this is the site of the old Canton Shoney's, and now it is yet another gas station and convenience store. And yet another abandoned building that has been repurposed. This is the old Eckerd/Rite Aid drugstore that was abandoned for a number of years before this place came in and repurposed it for a wine and spirits warehouse, Canton Wine and Spirits. And no, I'm not here to buy anything. I'm only here to film it and to show what has been taking place with this building since I was here last and filmed it. And it was abandoned at the time. It was completely abandoned. There was nothing going on. I'll get a shot over here at the side a little bit. I haven't been getting close-ups of these places, just been pointing the camera and talking about them and shooting it and everything. But I'll try to do better about getting better shots of it. And yeah, but anyway, this is the old Canton Wine and Spirits. Well, not old, it's actually new. repurposed the old Canton Eckerd/Rite Aid and turned it into the Canton Wine and Spirits warehouse. So this is what's going on with it. And then no, that's right on up the road. There was an old South Canton convenience store, gas station that's in the split of the road, old 5 and 20, where 20 splits off of 5 and goes towards Cartersville, and I done a number of years ago. And it's still there, but it hasn't changed much, so I'm not going to really go over there. I'm only trying to get the ones that has changed, that I know has changed, either been repurposed or tore down and rebuilt as something else completely. Sorry about that noise. That was a truck going down the road. But anyway, yep, we're off to our next location, so here we go. Now here's something that has never been abandoned, but I've always wanted to film this, and I thought I'd just swing by here. And it's actually just down the road from where I was at the old Eckerd/Rite Aid that's now that wine and spirit warehouse, Canton, just right down the road from it. And it's this old Taco Bell, and it's been here for years, and it's still open and still does really good business right here. And the reason I wanted to get this was because the fact that it is so unique, and the fact that it's still got that old aesthetics to it. They've never remodeled this building, which I'm very glad that they haven't, because it harkens back to the late 70s, early 80s, whenever they were building ones like this that were unique instead of the shoebox type stores like they are now. And I'm glad they haven't changed this. It's a fairly big one compared to most of the Taco Bells. Most of them are much smaller and shoebox, just square, no aesthetics to it at all, hardly. This is very unique. I love that mosaic tile that they've got down there at the bottom and around the doors there. Let me zoom in on that. You just don't see that around. You really don't. It's very, very unique in that it's like I said, it's never been changed from the original store that it was. And I don't know when this was built. I'm going to guess probably in the 70s sometime, mid to late 70s possibly. And it's been here for quite a while, and they've been doing business and have left it alone, which I'm very glad of. But yeah, may get another shot more right in the right in the front of it. There's the very front of the store, straight on shot pretty much here in Canton. And thought I'd just stop by here and get a few shots of this thing and talk about it. So there's your South Canton Taco Bell. Yeah, one of these days I may have to actually do just a real short video on this place and come by here and get some more footage of the outside, maybe, but definitely the inside. I'm sure the inside probably looks a lot like it did whenever they first built it, and it might be interesting to go in there. I don't know that I've ever been in that particular Taco Bell myself and ate, and I would go in there right now and eat, but actually I'm needing to get back home and check on Millie since she's at the house by herself. No one else is there. Like I said earlier in this video, Marcus is at work and my wife and daughter are well, out of town anyway, on a trip themselves. So anyway, I would go in there, but I'm still so full from breakfast eating at Waffle House this morning. I had a big breakfast there and just not really that hungry yet. So, but one of these days I may stop by there and get an actual video, go in and eat, review the food, which, you know, I guess if you eat at one Taco Bell, you've eaten all of them, pretty much the same. But definitely get some footage of the inside of the place and see what the aesthetics are there. But anyway, with that being said, I'm pretty much done with the sites that I wanted to go to and visit today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up there or down below. And if you enjoy these types of videos, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. And I'll leave all the links to my social media sites in the description below as well, so you can keep up with us online through Facebook and Instagram. With that being said, I'm going to get on out of here and get on home, like I said, and check on Millie. So y'all have a great day. God bless, and we will see you in our next video.